All of our sisters and brothers from across India and across the world who have come together to join us here on the holy banks of Mother Ganga for our sacred Yagna and Aarti ceremony. Every day here is a celebration, but today is a very special occasion. Today is World Happiness Day. We have official international days for things that are really crucial to life. We have Mother's Day, we have Father's Day, we have Earth Day, we have Water Day, and we have Happiness Day. But when we talk about happiness in that context, we have to realize it's the inner happiness. It's the deep happiness. It's not World Chocolate Ice Cream Day, or World Good Movie Day, or World Nice Party Day. It's not these things on the outside that we think make us happy. It's Happiness Day. Means even if there is no chocolate ice cream cone, even if there's no movie, even there's no party, still that happiness is flowing. That inner river of life, of joy that flows through us, regardless of what's going on in the external world in our lives, the stresses and the strains and the ups and downs. Here at Parmarth Nikethan, this sacred Aarti is our evening happy hour. As Puja Swamiji reminds us, it's the ceremony that connects us. And that's why it's not only happy hour, but the giver of happiness. Because that real happiness is what comes only from a deep connection on the inside. It doesn't matter what name or what form we use for the divine. It doesn't matter whether we worship in a mandir, a synagogue, a church, a gurdwara, a mosque, or in our own backyard, or nowhere. Doesn't matter how we conceive of the divine. With any name, with any form, with no name, with no form. But when we connect deeply within, that is where the happiness comes from. And when we connect deeply within, then not only are we happy, but we actually are able to bring happiness to the world around us. Because real happiness is not about, I'm happy, you can go to hell. That's not real happiness. Real happiness is that which overflows. Happiness is abundance. And it overflows, touching all of those around us. Puja Swamiji always reminds us that the key to happiness is not about filling our shelves, but about filling and connecting ourselves. Tragically, most of us spend most of our attention and focus on filling our shelves, on acquiring and accumulating more and more things. No matter how much we have, we always want more. And we think, if I just could have this or have that, or acquire this or acquire that, then I would be happy. But as long as my happiness is contingent upon something I'm going to get from the outside, then happiness and prosperity and abundance will always stay an arm's length away. But here in India, in Indian culture, what we're taught and we see is that abundance is not about how much I acquire. It's about my personal experience of enoughness. This is a culture of people who, no matter how much they have, and in many cases have almost nothing, but want to do nothing other than serve others, feed others. Those of you who have come in from abroad, I'm sure you've experienced this over and over again. People who can barely afford to feed their own families are always saying, please, please, come home for a meal. Come for a cup of tea. Come for a cold drink. It's an inner experience of enoughness, which is directly connected and contingent upon my inner experience of happiness. And when I have that, then I've got real abundance. Then I recognize that my cup is flowing over. And naturally what I want to do is share with others. Because happiness cannot exist in a vacuum. We are not only humans. We are part of an organism, an entity called humanity. And we're even part of a bigger entity called creation. And until and unless all of that organism, all of that entity is taken care of, no part can really be happy, because we do not live in vacuums. And so as we're celebrating World Happiness Day, it's crucial that we ask ourselves, not what do I need to fill my shelf, not what am I looking for to acquire or obtain or achieve, but how can I connect so deeply with myself that I connect with that cup that runneth over. I connect with all of the organism of humanity, all of the organism of creation of which I am a part. And then, naturally, my actions will serve that organism. The same way that I take care of the different parts of my body. I don't forget my arm or my leg or my feet or my ears. Wherever it hurts, I attend to it. And in the same way, we connect with all of those parts. In our prayers, we chant each morning, each evening, Sarve Bhavantu Sukhina. It means, may all be happy. Not just may I be happy. Not may my little bubble be happy. But may all be happy. Because, not because we're great humanitarians, or great philanthropists, or so selfless, but because we recognize that my happiness is directly contingent upon the happiness of all. And so on this day when we're gathered together, here on the holy banks of Mother Ganga, in this sacred place, let us take a vow, and a vow that we realize that we're not celebrating World Happiness Day here for no reason. That if we have found ourselves in this sacred place, in this holy happy hour, on World Happiness Day, it's for a reason. And the reason is so that we can not only experience deep happiness within, but so we can exude, manifest, share, create happiness in the world around us, which means that we take care of all of creation, and particularly the home, the cradle of all of creation, our Mother Earth. If your house burns down, it's very hard to be happy within it. If your house collapses in an earthquake, it's hard to be happy within your home. And if our Mother Earth is collapsing, being destroyed, being devastated, being pillaged for our greed, it's going to be very hard for us to live happy lives for very long. So together we pledge for all of the rest of this organism of creation, for its happiness, for its health. We'll raise our hands together. Sabhi apne haath khade kare. I'll ask everybody to raise their hands that we, on this World Happiness Day, recognize our role as a crucial part in the organism of creation, in the entity of creation, and we recognize that our happiness is contingent upon, connected to, inextricably linked with the health and the happiness of all of our sisters and brothers, of every culture, every color, every creed, every species on this beautiful Mother Earth. Thank you.